Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Dynamic Leaders, a leadership series by Rent Dynamics. I'm your host, Catherine Spear, and today I had the pleasure of interviewing Alexis Murrell. Alexis is the Vice President of Marketing at Middleburg Communities, which is a fully integrated real estate company based in Vienna, Virginia. She has over 2 decades of experience in our industry with a really solid reputation and successful track record supporting marketing, sales, and operations. She's led strategic efforts for real estate portfolios valued at over $7 billion, including both conventional and student housing, and has had just some really wonderful and unique experience working in multifamily. I think you'll also learn that Alexis and I have a very unique relationship. She's also one of the smartest people that I know, so I'm really glad that you'll get to hear from her today. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy. Well, Alexis, I'm so happy to have you here today, and I'm so happy to know you. Would love to hear from you a little bit about your background for the listeners, if you'd like to share a little bit about you and your career.
Sure. So I've been in the industry for a couple of decades now. Started out leasing apartments until I figured out what I really wanted to do with my life. And here we are a long time later, still in the apartment multifamily industry. It's been very good to me. I've had the pleasure of working with a lot of strong, amazing, successful people, particularly women in this industry. So I'm extremely grateful for that and the relationships that I've built and just what it's done for me professionally and personally, how I've grown and had the unique opportunity to live in different places, work with different types of real estate and learn so much about operations and finance and marketing and you name it. There's so many different human resources, asset management, training. Like there's just, it's such an amazing industry and there's so much opportunity and Truly. You can learn so much. So it's been an exciting and fun ride.
Good. Well, being that it is Women's History Month, would love to hear from you about some of the leaders and even maybe more specifically some of the women who have influenced you throughout your career or even your life, just to share some of those stories.
Yeah, it's so hard to narrow it down. And I think about it, there's so many people on supplier and vendor partner and people that I've reported to, people that have reported to me and work with. And it's amazing. And I feel so grateful as we're talking about this exercise, that I have such great people that I've been surrounded with and have influenced my career. But I would be remiss not to start with Lori Herron, who was my first boss in the industry when I was leasing apartments. She was my community manager. And she taught me everything about apartments. Now, a lot has changed since then. We were doing paper guest cards and had the Rolodex and we had a fax machine. A lot of people are listening to this are not going to know what that is. But she really sparked a passion for me. And she taught me how to properly walk a make ready. And you would not get anything past her. She's going to walk up behind you and find something wrong in there. But most importantly, she was like a mom and her heart was so kind. And I was so young and green in the business at that time. And it was just the right person for me. I'm very lucky and very blessed. And she taught me how to do a profit and loss report. And she exposed me to how to do invoices. And she was like, you're not just a leasing consultant, right? She was really training me up for the next step in my career and saw something in me. And so I'm grateful to have her. And she's retired now, but I still love her. She's amazing.
Oh, awesome.
And then next, Marcy Williams. She's now CEO at RKW. And I worked for Marcy in Charlotte. We were both at Camden, and she was aspirational for me. She still is. She's brilliant and engaging and confident. And it's the first time I felt like in a grown-up job, she gave me real feedback. I'm so grateful. A lot of people have a lot of bosses over their career that they don't have that mentorship with. And she really came out of the gate and taught me how to be a better boss. And she's achieved so much. And she showed me the window to opportunity within multifamily and where I could go. And she was personally just so kind. So I don't think I would have ever really understood what loss to lease was without Marcy hammering that in to me. But again, just an icon in our industry.
It's funny how you remember those people.
Little things. I can remember being at the computer and I'm like, I don't understand it. It's just like, okay, I've got to think of a different way to reframe this so that it really clicks with you. But she didn't give up and I figured it out. And then how we met, Amanda Macklin.
Yes.
She is amazing and a great sales and business development, just powerhouse. And, we met as a vendor. She is a great partner in business. Anytime over the years that I've worked with her in a business capacity as a colleague, she's great to work for. She listens to client feedback. She tries to provide you resolutions. She really does care about giving you something that's going to work for you and solve a problem. It's not just a sales job for her. But she also understands relationships. And so with that, she's been both professionally and personally a friend to me. And she has supported me through so many highs and lows in my career and in my life. And I am so grateful to know her and to have worked with her. And I got to meet you with her. So
yes, she just cares so deeply, and it's so evident in everything that she does. So definitely.
And then next, Sherry Killingsworth from Lincoln Property Company. Sherry is 1 in a million. She's everything I want to be, I say, whenever I grow up. It's a running joke that we have, but she's built an amazing career and reputation at Lincoln and for Lincoln. And I'm so lucky to call her my friend, but also to be able to call her to bounce ideas and listen to her feedback and get her advice and her opinions. I value and respect her so much. So happy and thrilled that she's a part of my life.
Wow, wonderful. So important.
And then last but not least, Janine Jovanovic, who I work for now at Middleburg Communities. She is so powerful. She is so intelligent, and she is so incredibly successful. And that can be really intimidating if you just take a check of her boxes on her resume. But she has such a warmth and a light about her. And she possesses an ability, which I hope to be able to learn, that she just is disarming. And it's a balance that very few people can achieve with her intellect and success. And so I'm learning from her every day. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity that she's given me to work with her now at Middleburg.
Wonderful. I love the different types of examples that you gave. And it's so important to have just people that you can call with different questions when you're facing different things in your life or in your career, and having that community around you is so valuable and so important. So Thank you. What about, as you look at the industry, I think you said you've been in the industry somewhere around 15 years?
20
years. Wow. Started when you were just a baby.
Just a baby, barely legal to work.
So I'm sure you've seen a lot of change and growth in that time. And I know that you've also had the chance to mentor and to lead other women in this industry. And what has inspired you about that, or what has stood out for you as you've grown and as you've watched other people grow in this industry?
I think finding your cheerleader and being a cheerleader is really important, for lack of a better metaphor. I truly believe in the power of positive energy, and that what you put out, you're going to get back. So be someone's cheerleader. And it's important to identify someone who supports you. And again, just like those people that I just talked about, work with people and find people that are around you that you can talk to and confide in. It can help you. And it's not a weakness to ask for help and to ask for feedback, and then support them in their successes. And when they come to you, I think building those relationships, that's really helped mold me a lot. But I think that all goes down to just caring about people.
Yes.
We talk about that in leadership, but just in relationships in general, having real empathy, it's not a weakness. You empower yourself with empathy. You empower yourself with kindness. So I've learned as I've gotten older not to be biased about working mothers and support breaks and changes in employment, to care for family or growing families. There's a lot of things that happen to people personally in their life. And as I've matured and had more opportunity to work with different types of people with different backgrounds and different situations, you just learn that empathy and care is so important to be successful, and just to build advocacy for yourself and for the people that work with you.
Absolutely. I think that's empathy and women's history are things that are spoken about frequently together. And it's so important, just as we look at our own careers, to have empathy and compassion for other people, and to help lift them up, like you said, and be there for them in ways that other people have been there for us.
Yep.
Okay, so a little fun question for you.
Okay.
If you could choose a song that
Oh
brightens your
no.
day no matter what first thing that pops into your head.
Oh no, this is so hard. You're gonna have to cut out my thought or like do like a Jeopardy song in the background. So when I'm thinking about what to say, um,
I sprang this one on you.
you really did. That's not fair. I would have loved a heads up. Gosh, uh, it's gonna be something poppy. This is gonna sound really lame, but something like Britney Spears, some late
Yeah.
'90s, early 2000s pop, Christina Aguilera, some kind of girl fun group, mindless entertainment song that just gets you in a
Yes.
good mood, clears your head out a little bit. You know, nothing sad at all. We're not talking Adele here.
No.
A different kind of pop. Give me more Britney Spears. There you go.
That's a good one. That's a very good one. We're going to collect those into a playlist that we'll share.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Is there anything else that you want us to know about, anything you want to plug that's coming up with Middleburg, or things you're looking forward to as we look at this year?
You know, we're on a really big path for growth with Middleburg, which is really exciting. We've got a great team that we're building and putting together to scale for growth. So we've hired some amazing folks, and the Dallas office. I get to work with some amazing women that have come on board, and excited to what we're building there as we prepare for the future. You know, we've got a lot of internal. I'm not going to give away any trade secrets on some marketing stuff and partnerships that we have that we're launching, but those are exciting times. And then, you know, it's nice as everyone's been really supportive. You know, we're navigating a lot of economic challenges and uncertainty now. So it's nice to see people collaborating, sharing information, you know, being on these podcasts and different resources on LinkedIn, people sharing what they're doing, what their thoughts are, how they're navigating. Just really, we've come out of a different kind of uncertain time, and now we're moving into another. And so listening to industry veterans who have ridden real estate and economic cycles and gearing up and preparing for the future, and what people are doing for this next cycle and how we're going to manage it together as an industry. So I like that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Alexis. If anyone would like to reach out to you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Find me on LinkedIn. I'm on there every day, so feel free to reach out. I'd love to be your cheerleader if you're looking for one.
Well, it's always a pleasure to speak with you, and
you too.
I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. And thank you so much for today.
Thank you.